Hi guys, I hope you're doing well on today. So, I wanted to share with you guys, some of the tips that I've been incorporating in my life for self improvement, for self care, for healing, right? Because that's the journey I'm on. So, I wanted to share with you the tips that I currently use in my life. I started in December, so it's only fairly new. I'm fairly new. But as I started in incorporating these things in my life, I said, let me share these things with you guys because, um, this could be helpful. So I do hope it helps. Now, Saturday, I usually use Saturdays as a day of rest, the Sabbath. And so I want to read to you. It says, today's word of the day was from Exodus 20 and 8, which reads, remember to observe the Sabbath day by keeping it holy. So, in the Bible, holy means to set apart. It means something and or someone different and distinct from everything else. It should be used for reflection and refreshment. You should be using the days of Sabbath for refreshment, for reflection, and also for rest. You know, it's set apart. You're supposed to be different from other people. God intended for us to rest. He intentionally rested himself when he created the world and he did everything he did. He intentionally rested to give us an example of how we as people should be resting ourselves. You can use any day of the week you want as Sabbath, but you need to take a day out of the week to rest, to not do anything, to rest, to get refreshment, to get refined, to, reflect. It says, God created a special time for rest. Keep those times set apart. That's what makes you holy. That's what makes you different. That's what makes you distinctive. Setting up yourself apart from others and then actually taking that time to relax, relate, release. It's important. That's what God did. That's what He set apart. That's what He created for us. And we should take those advice because that helps. So that's what I've been doing. And like I said, Saturdays are usually my day where I practice the Sabbath. As you see, I didn't get out of bed. I'm tired. I'm resting. I wasn't going to do a video, but I said I might as well. It's better late than never. And so here I am. And also, see, it says, and reminder, set intentions, right? You have to set your day. You have to set intentions for your day. Your day should always be set before you start it. And that's something that you should start to incorporate in your life. So, um, you know, some so if you want a good day, you set your intentions. I will have a good day today. No matter what happens, I will have a good day today. That's an intention. Or so you say, I intend to have a good day today. And no matter what happens, I intend to have a good day today. So these are my tips, okay? These are my tips that I do that I started in December that I want to share with you guys. First thing I do is I get up at every day at 5 a.m. in the morning. Well, except for today, when I use Sabbath days, I don't get up early on Sabbath because, again, it's a day of rest for me. So I'll be tired too. And I was exhausted from this week that was ahead. So I really took this day to do that, rest. And I didn't get up early today. I got up whenever I felt like getting up. And then actually, I slept most of the day today because, again, I've been on a hustle and bustle, on the go, and my body needed the rest. So I did exactly that. Slept, rest, and that was that. Then after I get up at 5 o'clock in the morning, the first thing I do is thank the Lord. I don't get out that bed unless I say, thank you, God, for waking me up on this morning. Glory to your name. Good morning, Father God. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Now I do that. Then I'll get out of the bed. I'll do my mobility stretch. I get up, I do my stretch because I drive all the time. I'm starting to incorporate hip pain, and back pain, so I stretch every day in the morning. Whether I had these pains and aches or not, I stretch. Stretching wakes me up. It gets me rejuvenated. It gets me ready for my day. It gets me started. So I have to stretch. And it feels so good, because then you start stretching, and you stretching out your arms, your legs, your back, or whatever. You start finding things that you didn't even know was aching, or you hear the crack, snapple, and cracks, those pops that you got in your body, like pop, 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 pop. So it just feels good, and it refreshes you, and it wakes you up. Then also, I then take that time after I stretch. I'm nice and rejuvenated. My blood is flowing. I'm feeling good. Then I meditate and I pray. I do them both at the same time. I set my timer. I'll do my meditation for like however long I decide to do it. I usually do my meditation for 20 minutes. Then after I meditate and I have my meditation music on, and after I meditate, I pray, and then I just pray, and after I pray, I get up. I'll read the Bible. I'll read my word. I've noticed that if I don't read, because I noticed that if I don't read right, my day or life starts to life, and then I start to get overwhelmed. And then I notice that things that I desire, might take longer happening, or I just start to feel like they're, um, I just feel like something's wrong. So, and like it says in the word, seek first the kingdom of God, and then whatever you ask, everything else follows. Now, I'm paraphrasing, but I noticed that if I don't seek God first, yeah, then I will have a problem. And I've noticed that when I don't pray, not pray, when I don't read the Bible, my life hasn't been changing until I read the Bible. The Bible has been making my life change. I'm noticing change greatly. So this helps me. So I read the Bible. Then I exercise if time allows, depending on what my day is set up, right? Depending on what I got going on a day, I will exercise. And I'll usually exercise for 30 minutes to an hour, like literally get a full exercise on where, I'm using either my dumbbells, weights, or whatever. Or if I have time, if it's not so cold lately. So since we're in the wintertime and it's been cold, it's been snowing. Today it snowed. So definitely I stayed in. But if I can, I'll walk around the neighborhood. I'll walk around Franklin Park Zoo. Um, then that's my exercise right there. So I can get a full days of exercise. If, like I said, time allows. If it doesn't, then I'll skip the exercise because I did my mobility stretch. So that's good for me. Then I'll do my affirmations. I do my affirmations. And when I do my affirmations, I look in the mirror. Like I was saying before, like, because I suffered from low self-esteem and was still works in progress, right? I had a hard time looking at myself in the mirror. I had a hard time, seeing who I was. It was scary. It was uncomfortable. I would get frustrated. I would get angry with myself. So I now do my affirmations in the mirror, and I say beautiful things about myself. I love myself. I love my smile. I love my life. I love me. I love my family. I love to make people laugh. You know, I love my silly little quirks. You got to love things about yourself. So, whatever your affirmations are, you say your affirmations, and that's what I do. And I do it in the mirror. And, I'll set a time. I might even set it for like 5-10 minutes to do affirmations just to get yourself in the mood of feeling good about yourself, talking positive about yourself or your circumstances. That's what I do. Then I'll take a shower. And even when I'm in the shower, I might even meditate. I might continue my meditation or my prayer in the shower. But that's just the time for me to still reflect, feel good. When you're washing all that stuff off of you, it just feels good. Shower, be in the water, relaxing, rejuvenating. Again, this helps you get ready for your day. Then after that, I'll either create my videos, I'll do some courses because I purchased some courses, so I do some courses. I'll do something that's creative. I'll watch some videos or I'll read something. If depends on what it is and how much time I have. And then by that time, we should be rolling around 12. And at noontime, that's when I eat. I do not eat before 12 anymore. I don't eat breakfast before 12 anymore. And when I eat breakfast, the only thing I eat now is fruit. Now that I've been eating fruit, but I've been doing this before December. So I've been eating fruit before I've been eating fruit as my breakfast almost for like a year now. Um, and I noticed the difference. And I noticed when I don't eat fruit for breakfast, if I do eat, like something else, like maybe cereal or oatmeal, something else, I noticed that my stomach, it doesn't set well. And I also noticed that my stomach craves, my body craves fruit. So like if I do not get fruit in throughout my day, my body craves it and I don't feel right. And then if I eat something else, it's like throws it off. I feel nauseous. I don't feel right. I feel like I'm getting sick if I don't eat fruit. So that's very important for me. I eat fruit in the morning and I drink my lemon water every single day. I drink lemon water throughout the day. The lemon water helps flush me out. It helps keep me, you know, flushed out. It helps keep me clean. And I love drinking it. So I drink that all the time. And then what else? By that time, after I do all this stuff, it's about time for me to go do my deliveries. So I do my deliveries. And while I'm doing my deliveries, you know, um, everyone who I deliver to, I'm very pleasant to them. They gotten so used to me now because I pray for them. Like they'll tell me their issues, they'll tell me what's going on. They'll tell me their whole life story, and depending on what's going on for them, I'll pray for them. And I've noticed that when I say to them, because sometimes they'll tell me something, I'm like, oh my goodness, that happened to you. I'm like, well, I'm gonna be praying for you. And then when I say that, they're startled because they're like, you'll pray for me? And I'm like, yes, I'll pray for you. And they're like, what? They're like, so now they just want my listening ears. So they'll tell me their problems real quickly, and then I'm like, okay, cool. I'll pray for them. I'll talk to them. I encourage them. I do any type of encouragement, upliftment that I can to them. That's what I do. They love me. And then like I don't work for the pharmacy every day, but when I'm not there, or even the days that I'm working, they'll be like, where is she? Where is she? I need her. Where's Taisha? They be like, she's on her way. She's coming. They be like, oh, because they love me now because, again, the encouragement, the prayers, just being pleasant and making people feel good about themselves. They look forward to when I come. Even the non-speaking people, I deal with a lot of, Spanish-speaking people, and I know Spanish a little bit, but when I come and even though they may know English a little bit too, but when they telling me their stories and they talk to me in Spanish, right? They'll be talking to me in Spanish, and I be comprehending. I'm like, oh really? And I'm talking to them in English because I don't really know how to speak Spanish. And I'm like, and then they kind of comprehend, and I'm like, oh my gosh. And then I'll go, I'm praying for you, and then they're like, oh, and then I'm like, and then we blow kisses to each other, and they are just so sweet, and I love it, and that blesses my heart. I feel so good, my heart because sometimes, without me even realizing it, I need that too, so that is what I do when I'm doing my deliveries. So, and if I feel led and if I have a story to tell or something I want to say while I'm doing my deliveries, I'll do a video. And then after that, but throughout the day, I'm thanking the Lord. I'm thanking God for my traveling mercies. I'm thanking God, for everything and anything. I'm just talking to God. And when things go well, or again when someone even says something sweet to me, when they like, God bless you, be protected, be safe out there, be careful, be safe. I get a lot of people praying for me too. That blesses me as well. So that helps me stay encouraged. I'm encouraging others and they're in return encouraging me back. I got a lot of people who be like, bless you, God bless you, I pray for you, I keep you lifted up in prayer all the time. And I'm like, oh, that is so sweet. And I do the same. And then I journal as well. I journal, you journal about whatever it is you want to journal about. You let God know what's on your mind. You journal. And to be honest, when I journal, a lot of the things that I journal have come to pass. They have come to pass. Yes, they have. So journaling also helps prayer, helps bless you. And then when the thing that came to pass, when I journal, I'll go back to my journal log, and then I'm like, oh shoot, this was answered. This was answered. I received this. So journaling helps me, but journaling also, whatever you're seeking, whatever you're needing, it also helps you, get what you want, you know, because like it says in the Bible, write it down and make it plain. And then in a set time, it will not be delayed. Meaning, when the time comes for it to happen, you will get it and it will not be delayed. So, journaling helps, you know, and that's that. I also changed my speech. That was a big one because I notice when I talk to a lot of people, I have to sometimes say this to people too when I speak to them. They'll be like, "Oh, I'm not as strong as you. I'm not as this." And I'm like, "No, yes, you are." And I'm like, and do not say that anymore. Start saying, "I am strong. You know, I am strong. I am smart. I can do all things." Start speaking positive things in your life, and you will start seeing positive outcomes. That is true. I used to say things like, "Oh, I can't do this. Oh, I don't know how to do this. Oh, I don't know this." And I stopped saying that. Even when I catch myself saying I don't know, I'm like, oh, thank you God that I know. I said, and you know, and then if you're gonna say something like I don't know, well, thank you. I may not know what this is, but thank God you do. Thank you for showing me. Reverse it, flip it, you know, turn it around, you know. But I've learned that's a big one because I used to say a lot of things like I don't and I can't. Those are the two things that I used to say. Now I don't say I don't or I can't. I say I can. You know, I say I can. I can do because you can. Because at the end of the day, God is going to help you. When you say I can, you can. Those who say they can't and those who say they can, they're both usually right. If you say you can't, you're right. If you say you can, you're right. So you're both usually right. So choose your words wisely. And and the last thing I do is I treat myself more. You know, like I be like, bump these bills. Listen, I buy myself flowers now. I love lilies, especially calla lilies, and they usually only come out in the springtime. And you might only find them in select stores or whatever because that's the spring flower. And so, but anytime I see lilies, I love lilies. I buy myself lilies. You know, I treat myself out to eat. I like buying nice, like fancy butters and creams and stuff myself. You know, I'm always doing that. I love smelling good, buying myself perfume all the time. You know, I like going out to the movies. I treat myself to the movies. You know, I just do nice things to myself. If I feel like I want to buy myself and something expensive, I'll save up for it and I'll get me something expensive. But I treat myself, whatever treating myself means. I love getting massages. I don't get them often, but I'll treat myself to, like I said, I'll save up for it and I'll treat myself to a massage. And that, oh, lovely. Because my, whatchamacallit, my love language is touch. So, you know, I like to be massaged. I like to be rubbed on. I like to, you know, I love hugs. I love hugs, you know. And so these things, you know, are the things that make me happy. So I treat myself to those things, you know, as often as I feel like I need to. And I kind of do not care about the cost because this is your life. And this is your life. Oops. This is your life and you're the only one who can live it. So live it well, live it good, you know. And so, and I'm reading this book, or I'm rereading this. I started it, but I didn't finish it, and it's this book. It's called, you know, The Black Girl's Guide to Healing Emotional Wounds. Like I said, I started it, but hold on, I gotta talk this up right. I started it, but I didn't get a chance to finish. But I want to read this. And it's titled Self-Awareness. It says, you cannot fix what you are unaware of. The healing process begins with self-awareness, which is basically understanding who you are, your hurts, your triggers, strengths, and weaknesses. In my opinion, self-awareness is a lifestyle. This is a lifestyle. So as I'm teaching you these guys, I'm giving you guys these tips, you know, these tips are not just for, you know, a season. These tips are now incorporated into my life. And as I've been doing them, it's the best. I get more done getting up at 5 o'clock. I get things more done and I don't have to feel rushed. and I could take my time. And that's been the best thing. And so it's a lifestyle. This is not just, for, whatever. It's my life now. And like I said, the only time I didn't get up today, I got up at whatever time I got up. But usually on the Sabbath, I take those days. I don't usually set no times or nothing to get up, because that's my time to rest. So it's a lifestyle. It's constantly checking your emotions and triggers to see what areas are unhealed. We need to search our hearts and examine our ideals and motives to know where we need to begin our healing work. And that's exactly where I am at. I love this. And that's what you need to do for yourself. You have to understand where are your triggers. What's your triggers? What do you need to do to improve yourself? You have to be aware. Now, if you are unaware, then that's going to be hard to do. But once you become aware, then you'll know how to move forward. And that's the journey I'm on. Also, I want to read you this, and it says, Mommy Issues. It says, my mother's overbearing personality made it hard to think for myself and form my own opinions. During my adolescent and young adult years, instead of discovering who I was, I constantly had my mother telling me who I should be, what I should wear, what I should do as a profession, and who I should date. Now, as an adult, I'm having to do the work of self-discovery, which should have taken place years ago. This is where I'm at, self-discovery. Because like I said, I used to seek a validation, seek approval. I used to seek, I can relate to this because this is exactly, how I grew up. Like, I had to do things according to, what others thought. They were defining me. They wanted to shape and mold me to be who they wanted me to be. And I now am things that I should have been doing, all these things that I'm doing now, these things should have been taken care of years ago. But because was not taught anything, I was literally, fending for myself. I'm now learning these things. I'm now incorporating these things into my life. So now I'm on a path of self-discovery, because I have to now, unlearn and undo all the things that I did, that I learned, and stuff that don't apply to me. That is not who I am. And on this journey, this is why it's important for us all to seek, seek God, and then He will help and guide your paths. And then when you read, like as I read the Bible, I shall say, listen, I'm seeing a lot of stuff in the Bible that the Bible is a book of, a roadmap to how we should live life. So when I'm reading it and I'm seeing a lot of things, this is also helping me to self-discover. This is also helping me with my boundaries. This is also helping me like, what? When I'm reading stuff, I'm like, this is how I should be treated. This is how I should be operating. This is how I should be functioning. What? Like, this is, the Bible is a self, healing guide, a guide to emotional healing, to stopping, generational curses. And by you reading it, it helps you to, reflect and understand who you are to be, who God created you. God did not create us to be abused, misused, mistreated, disrespected, or none of that. So when I read these things, I'm like, oh my goodness. And I incorporate it in my life, and it's going to take practice. But again, this is a lifestyle change. So you have your whole life to do it. And you're going to get it right some days, and then some days you're not. But it's repetition over and over and over and over and over again. And then when you do it over and over again, you become a master of it. It becomes innate. It just becomes something you just automatically do. So I wanted to share that with you guys because, we should be doing a lot of reflection. We should be doing a lot of reflection in our lives. So I just wanted to share that with you guys, and I hope that this helps someone. And again, till next time, if you liked it, if you like what I said, comment, like, share, subscribe. But I hope you have a blessed, healed day. And until next time.